Good to go, I guess. Here we go. Let's cut the music. Let's go. Let's bring that out. We're going to remove that. We're good. Let's get to the comments. This way you can see that. We're going to give it a little twirl. I'm going to be on the computer here a little bit more today than we normally do, but that's all right. Listen, welcome to everybody. It is July 11th of 2022. July 11th, in the middle of July, in the middle of the summer. All exciting. Kurt, my friend, good to you. Good to see you. Man, it's yep. We always pray for things to work out better, and continue to improve upon each and every day. It's amazing how many people say that, life throws things at us, or on the religious side of things, God throws things at us, but only throws enough at you that you can handle and then move through it. I tell you, sometimes it doesn't feel that way. But it is. I think it is, and we always have to keep that thought process in it, and that filters through. I think in so many different places, even if it's something smaller, right? But still, advancing through obstacles, right? What do we do with those obstacles? Continually, I would tell you that. What do we do with those obstacles? We have to turn them into opportunities. Find the good in whatever it is. Figure out the lesson in whatever it is. So. Yeah, we'll keep moving forward on that one. Yep, I get you, man. That'll totally get you on that one. All right, so one of the things that I wanted is thinking about doing on Mondays, because I want to keep this exciting for you, and be perfectly honest with you, me too. It's like, kind of listen to this thing every once in a while, like, oh gosh, there I go, rambling on. One more time. So what do? I ramble on. Mention that to one of the folks that I work with. And started telling me, I was asking him actually, and I'll tie this in over here, about TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that, where there's shorter videos than the 30 minutes. And I was like, there's a meeting coming up about TikTok. That's how this thing got started. I was like, oh, you know what? I think of TikTok, maybe I should take a look at that and see what's going on. I posted one video on there. It's very short, which I did. It was very short. And I told him, I did the YouTube thing, all the time. And I was like, I should post it. I said, oh, I can't post it because it's too long. He goes, well, all you need to do is to take a clip out of it. I said, clip? He took a clip. He goes, yeah, you take a section out of it. I was like, dude, man, I don't edit. Whoa. I don't edit. Go totally live. He was blown away by that. And it's funny, the different perspective on things. I haven't edited, and there's reasons for not editing. Some of that has to do with, I don't know how to edit. I'd have to learn how to edit. He was like, oh, how could you not do something where it's not cleaned up? I'm not sure exactly 100% what was going through his head on that one. It's like, sometimes you just got to do and learn as you go, and that becomes the obstacle with it. But I do think it's getting to be time where I do learn to edit at least a little bit. Because Kurt, actually one of the things I'd like to do, been talking about this for a while, I haven't gotten around to doing it, would be to have guests on. Now, if I have a guest on, I could do it two different ways. I could have the guest record it and then play it at this time, or I could just do it live. So some of it depends. Obviously, if I record it, no comments that are in the comment section. If I do it live, you have the comments. If I record it, I could then take that sliver of it, take a 1 minute piece, response, whatever, and then use it as a bit of a promo spot. Thanks, Kurt. Whatever I like. First, I got to see how hard it is to edit. I actually find it a lot easier just going live. Just turn the camera on and go. See what happens. It's, I don't know, more in line with me, I guess. But still, if I want to do this thing better and continue to improve, editing is certainly in my future as that goes along, and I should understand it. But then I could promote it. So that, and that would be the benefit of it. Now with Kurt, I have you on as a guest over here, could talk about the business, etc. I could then create a spot, and then we could record it whenever we record it, and then play it at, have the show broadcast a week from now, give you that video, give you the promo piece for it, and you could share it out. We could share it out separately, on Monday, July 18th, XYZ. Kurt's going to be on talking about the business, what's going on in the industry, etc. So there's something to be said there. The question, though, is how much time, energy, and effort is that going to take? And is it worth it? Or am I just better off going to a studio? Bunch of questions. There you go. Just railed on for 5 minutes and said absolutely nothing other than, Kurt, I think you got it right there. Right here, my friend. It is that. Whatever you like or what is best for you as a person is what it comes down to. So let's hide that one there. Yeah, kind of laugh. So that really becomes it. What is it that you like? What are you trying to accomplish? Doug, afternoon to you. What are we trying to accomplish? What really is it? Am I just doing this for the fun of it? Or do I want to create a business out of it? Create a business out of doing something over here? I don't think so. Create a business out of doing paid show, sponsored show, for real sponsored show. Yeah, eventually, in a studio. Yeah, yeah. But for now, since here is the place for me to do it, then we share the virtues of a couple of different companies from time to time, and we do that. You'll be seeing more and more of that. So, that side of it's good. All right, so where we at? Doug, good afternoon, my friend. Always a pleasure. Tomorrow, I'll speak to you tomorrow afternoon. If not Wednesday, we see what we can get going on over there. All right, where we at this week? Got a bunch of things going on this week. Let's go here. We start in the morning, and that is, let me go back over here. What to share the screen? Hold on. Share screen there, and Crayon Miller Business Center. Hopefully this is big enough as that goes, and then we'll make it a little bit bigger. I didn't really make it too much bigger. All right, whatever it is. Let's go here. Let's copy that. So Henry Bramwell, and I'll explain who Henry is as that goes. Henry Bramwell is a friend of mine. He's with the Brookhaven Business Advisory Council. That's how we got a chance to meet him. But Henry's company, Visionary, his company is Visionary. Henry's going to be giving a presentation at the Miller Business Center. This is on Zoom, July 13th. Everything I'm going to talk to you about here is July 13th. July 13th, 9:30 in the morning. You can't read that, can you? Let me take me off here.
This is how legends are made. Above it all. This is
just what you're pre-divorce. I find it appalling that healthcare professionals come on this app to mock pain sufferers. This only applies to pain medicine. It would never fly in any other aspect of medicine. And it's usually the young providers who lack social graces, who lack good manners. And if you come across one of these providers, you need to, make an impression. I always make an impression, and I'm not loved.
For everybody to go figure out why you do. Oh, you can't hear anything? Oh, I turned the sound down. That's why. Ah, I got you. Now you can hear me, right? Probably. Yep. So, right, you guys can hear me? I'm assuming yes. I just keep going. I speak to myself enough anyhow. So Claudia is all right, good. Yeah, you know what? It turned off my video when I shared the screen. I get it. Another learning moment. Sending us a TikTok. You got a 10-minute video on there. So it's doable, certainly doable. So how would I use it? I don't know. I could maybe put a promo for the show up on that one, or a promo for different things that are coming up, or something like that. So there's a place for it. We'll attend that meeting to go figure it out. Hey, Carrie, if you could do me a favor, you've got Donna Drake at 11:30 at your event, and I didn't pull up something clean and neat to go show that. So if you could find that and we could share that, that would be fantastic. So Carrie and Alex do a networking meeting. It's a hybrid meeting, which is another thing too. So we got TikTok. Do we use it? Not a lot of video on there. Not really business related. But still might have a place. It depends where your audience is. A lot of other stuff that's there, and you get a chance to put up a 10-minute video. Oh, good. That Reels on Facebook is another thing too. Video. You've seen videos coming up all over the place. So that becomes important. Carrie and Alex are doing a hybrid meeting once a month. They're holding the physical meeting out in Riverhead, and we'll get you the information on that one out in Riverhead. Donna Drake is going to be out there speaking there. So that's going to be, fascinating. It's always interesting listening to Donna. That Donna's got the studio. Oh, you're about to see where my friends are really related, right? Donna has the Drake Media Studio that is in Melville. So Donna's got the full-blown, and I mean full-blown, studio set up right over there in Melville. It's right across the street from the Canon office buildings, just on the South Service Road of the Long Island Expressway at exit 49. And the fascinating what she's got there, because you could do anything. She's got a full-blown green room. You got that. She's got the sound rooms. Thanks, Carrie. She's got the soundproof room. So if you want to do voiceovers, it can happen in there. Another room dedicated. These are all dedicated rooms, right? As opposed to the, like a let's throw it together here in the spare bedroom thing. But she's got a podcast room. 3 cameras are set up. They're set up. Microphones all set up. Table all set up. My friend Tim Healy tapes his show, The Profit Express, over there. A couple of other people taping shows there too. Producer, multi-camera, beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. A lot better than, having to click around and and do that. Someone else will click around. Right now, we're going to go to the video of, and producer, whoop, goes to the video of. That's nice. They will get there. So she'll be speaking about her programs there, and then also some other things that are going on. So Carrie, that is the Facebook page, and let me see if I could actually copy it. I don't know if I can. Let's go here. Oh, there we go. We can do it this way. So that is, I don't want to cut myself off again. It's at the Bagel Lovers Cafe. And if you go to theconsultingace.com, you'll be able to get the login information, for that. But it is with Donna Drake. Donna's going to be speaking at that one. It's the Bagel Lovers Cafe, by the way, is in Riverhead, 673 Osborne Avenue in Riverhead. So what's interesting about that aspect of it, is whether or not, and you can click on the link there and follow through with it. It's on the Facebook page of this. So you can just click on it nice and easy instead of typing out all those numbers. So it's interesting too in the conversation there, David, afternoon, hybrid meetings. That's another thing. I mean, this is really the learning week over here. TikTok, do we use it? Um, uh, Donna Drake, building up that media business that she's got and her own efforts as to what she's doing, which is really fantastic. She just continues on and on and on. Seems like every quarter or so, she's got something else that she's growing with. So that's really, I think it's really terrific. It really is. I am definitely a fan of Donna and what she does. So you got that aspect of it, and she's going to be talking a lot about that inner strength that comes along with it. So it's going to be a bit of a motivational presentation as that happens too. But let's spend a minute or two here talking about hybrid events. And Kurt, you're going to love this. Hybrid events. Good, bad, indifferent? I don't know. But if you really don't know, then you could say, I don't know. But are they good or bad? Now, it depends what you were trying to accomplish. So, Kurt, it looks like the racing that'll take place in August and beyond over in Calverton for our Long Island Needs a Drag Strip team and racetrack.street. You definitely want to visit that website. Actually, if you want to get tickets, you absolutely have to visit that website. But we are looking at, or I am looking at the possibility of doing it as a live broadcast. So the question there is, do you attend or not attend? That is the question. I'm going to look at this one from an audience standpoint. Audience standpoint, do you attend or not attend? Well, if you don't attend and you hear it online, you get a chance to understand what's going on out there. But if you want to be a part of it, want to see what's going on, because it's not just the cars going down the track. It's the people driving the cars. It's the cars themselves, the stories behind these cars. It's walking around the pit area. It's enjoying the ice cream and the food that's there. I have soul food that's going to be there. It's great. It's barbecue, soul food, another food truck that's actually operated by the students of Riverhead. How cool is that? It really is. So there is definitely something better about attending it than just watching that on TV. But look, if you only have a little bit of time and you can only want to catch glimpses of it to see what's going on, hey, that's it. If you don't live in the area, okay, that's it. Also, if it sells out and you can't go, well, that's another. Maybe that's the way of going about doing it. But you miss something, I think, in that respect. You certainly miss something that goes along with it. Now, Kurt, we might be doing that live broadcast. So now that changes everything on the other side of it, too. So it's going to be exciting to see if we can pull that off. Because there's one thing about speaking like this, totally off the cuff. I know about where I want to go with the whole conversation there. But that one, that'll be a little bit different because things are happening. So it's not just driving the conversation, boom, boom. It's a matter of having a conversation based upon the activity that's taking place. Ooh, now that'll be a little bit more challenging. Be nice if that got edited, but I don't think so. I think when we do that, especially the first time we do that, that's going to be full-blown live stream, my friend. So I think my suggestion was we will do maybe 30 minutes live stream and kind of regroup, see what we can do better, and then maybe do it again, something like that. We'll see how it goes. But that should be it. But now these business meetings, right? When is it good to do hybrid, not hybrid? I think in this case, it really is. Look, geographical, and there's an issue that goes along with that. If you're not close and you can't make it, hey, it's great to attend this thing. Listening to a presentation, you know what? I think that's fantastic. The TikTok presentation, Donna's presentation, also all well and good. To listen to that, online. Networking, it's a little different. Now, if everybody's on Zoom, it's a little different for everybody. It's a little bit more commonality that goes along with it. If it's a hybrid meeting, and Gary, you and Alex consider this one, but I think it's much more of a challenge to get the networking aspect out of it. Presentation, yes. Networking, different. Definitely different. I think the online attendees will have their own, let's say, networking portion of it, and then the in-person attendees will have their own networking portion of it. Good, bad, or indifferent, that's the way it is. that's a little something to get worked through. So that'll be fun though. I think it'll be great to see Donna out there. I'm going to try to physically make it out there myself as that goes, which means that if I'm out there at 11:30 and not here at 1 o'clock, so we'll do a replay on something. Maybe just do a live broadcast. Who knows? We'll see how that goes on Wednesday. And then you also have on Wednesday, let's get rid of that one. It's the Long Island Association of Small Businesses. This is John Hill's effort. John's an amazing guy. John does John's background, his professional background is working with trade shows. I've got a great board over here too. I haven't seen some of these people in a while. Maybe that's another advantage of doing hybrid meetings. Get a chance to see people I haven't seen in a little bit. But John's background is in trade shows. And when John advises you on your trade show setup, it's not just the setup. It's not just the booth. It's the whole entirety of the whole thing. John has been doing trade shows for many, many, many years. Guy's an unbelievable resource. What John saw as an issue here on Long Island is that the networking groups that were broader in geographical region were not really focusing on the small business community. And that is why he started the Long Island Association of Small Businesses. So he really wanted to make that work. And he certainly has done that. And I think he's done that in a rather unique way by setting up the Long Island Association of Small Businesses. Got a great panel on there. Great board of directors that are part of it. Some of them are working in a large business category. Others are working in a small business category. It's a big variety. Group has been going on for many, many, many years. Price ranges to join it are different, depends on who you are. It's anything from student rates up to the larger businesses, the larger corporation rates. It's a smaller business, it's somewhere in between, but it's all very, very reasonable items as it goes. This one would be a $10 fee to attend. Who is presenting though? You might ask that question. Well, this one is in the morning too. This one's at 10 o'clock in the morning. Let's pull it up. It's 8 to 10 o'clock in the morning, actually. And that is by your friend and mine, Arthur Germain. That's right. Arthur Germain of Brand Telling will be giving a presentation about how to reach out to your prospects, and that's staging your content, not staging your trade show, but staging your content, and a better way to grow your leads and reach different prospects. So Arthur and I have been working together for quite a while. I've done things with Donna Drake in the past too, over with her show, Live It Up TV show. And then she's got now it's the Donna Drake show. It's just changed names as that has gone along. And even Alex and Carrie and I go way back with a couple of different things too. So these are the folks that I am around. So Arthur's brand telling. So Arthur's all about it's all about telling that story. I mean, basically, he's a storyteller. He helps you tell the story of your company, tell the story of your brand. What is it that makes you different? How is it that you should be presenting your information? And who should you be presenting it to? And in what clear, and this is, I think, really where his value comes in. It's that clear, concise format. Now, I could tell you that Arthur doing a podcast versus me doing a podcast, he's a bit more structured than I am. I'm a little bit more freewheeling. You want to know something? That's what makes the world go round. Is his content more succinct? Oh, I'm sure it is. I will tell you, totally, without any reservations, without a doubt, it is. Let's put the event up for that one too, as that happens. Go back there. It definitely is. And it is great. And he's got different podcasts. You can go to his website and you can pick them up. There we go. There's that one. Now let's go to just brand telling. I'll put that up. So you can go to his site and you can listen to his podcast. They're great. They're informative. They're short. They're not 30 minutes in length. You're closer to 5 minutes in length on each of these things. He talks about brand telling. So July 13th could be quite the day over here. A little bit of an overlap in the morning between the TikTok and the brand telling. Oh, I got to favor the brand telling, of course. We'll sign in on the other one. We'll just sign in on the phone. Do a little double duty on that one, but not much. We'll pay a little bit more attention to Arthur. I'm just curious to see what Henry really has to say about TikTok, because Henry helps build websites and he does social media marketing for companies and things like that. So it's kind of interesting that he's presenting on TikTok. I actually find that almost more interesting than perhaps using TikTok, and that kind of thing, which was the same conversation I had with Alex and Carrie about doing a hybrid meeting. It's like, why a hybrid meeting? They want to reach a wider market. Hybrid makes sense when it comes to that. We do the racing out there. We do that with basically it's hybrid, right? We're going to broadcast. If we could broadcast live from that one, live stream it from there, we're reaching a wider audience. Changes things up a little bit on my side of things, because now my focus is how do I speak to the audience? Am I communicating with the audience? Let's phrase it like that. Am I communicating with the audience? That's what Henry's going to talk about with TikTok. How do you communicate with your audience through TikTok? Yeah, I think you better make sure your audience is on TikTok. If it's not, maybe you shouldn't be on TikTok, or maybe your audience is there. You just don't know it. Arthur, clear, concise story, goes out in a number of different ways. And I can tell you some of the work that Arthur does with some of the companies is actually not outward communication. It's actually inward communication. How do you talk to your employees, your sales force, your departments, and things like that? Think about that. So if you do a lot, let's take Alex and Carrie for example, if anybody with employees or anybody wants to speak specifically to your referral network, those are technically not employees, but that's an internal communication that's so much different than sending something broadcast outward. When I was doing more proactive with the Long Island Speakers Bureau, speaking to the speakers, speaking to the people that were there, looking to get their name out more and more, that was a whole different conversation than the conversation out on trying to find different locations for them to speak at. Totally different. So that's where I think Arthur really comes in, is like that communication internal and also external. But how do you communicate in? That's really, truly your brand. Because if you're not communicating out with your referral partners, if you're not communicating out with your employees, a clear, concise message, then you want to know something? They're not going to communicate out a clear and concise message. He's much better suited at that than I am, without a doubt. You afraid to stand in front of a microphone? Hey, that's me. I'll push you along. I'll push you along. Comes time to making a real clear message, he's the guy. Comes from a writing background too. Maybe that's where it all comes from. Yeah, got to use X amount of words, 500 words to use. They got to be good words to use. So that goes. So you got those three things there, and it becomes terrific. All of these things. But attend and figure out why you're attending. Look, maybe you want to know if TikTok is good for you. Maybe you want to know what John Hill's group is too, for the Long Island Association of Small Business. Maybe you want to see how a hybrid meeting works. There could be different reasons for attending these things. Maybe you want to know more about Drake Media. Maybe you want to go have lunch at a bagel place out in Riverhead. Maybe. Whatever it is, but there's always something. And I know I titled this thing, is it networking or learning? And the answer is, it's always both. It's always both. If you are someplace and you're attending something where people are learning, and people are learning the same thing that you have an interest in learning, that grouping of people can be unbelievable resources to you as you continue to grow and as they continue to grow. Will you have the same target market? Perhaps not, but you do have the same goal of how do I grow my firm in the best way? How do you see my company? And asking that from a third person point of view. And they get it because they're along the same page as you. They're doing the same kind of thing as you. That's what I find fascinating about so many of these things. Really great. And you never know. I'm going to leave on this one. And you never know who you're going to wind up connecting with. Hey, look, all you folks that are on this thing and those that are listening to this afterwards, man, I think it's great. I appreciate the comments I get back, constructive comments just as much as anything else. It's all good. And then every once in a while, I'll run across somebody that I've never met before and find out that we're connected in a different way. There's a gentleman I met, not yet physically met, but digitally met on a post that he put up, and I commented on it. And then I find out that we've got another common interest, actually be out at the track. And then today, he just sent me a message back just before I went on over here. And when we're talking here about connecting with the audience, which is something that I really certainly want to do better when it comes to the racing and stuff like that. So I figured out a couple of different things at the suggestion of that conference that I went to digitally. Went to for the NHRA, which was like unbelievable. And this guy happens to be one of those people that'll be able to help me out a lot. He's over in at the track, and he's part of the tech area. And that's the one thing I know nothing about. So you want to know something? It would be great to have a friend there to kind of guide me along, not to overcomplicate it, but to keep it in words that are understandable to me, and I hope me being the similar, at least in nature, to most of the people listening. So if we do this thing as a live broadcast, those folks, hopefully I can relate to them. Hopefully they can relate to me, including the spectators there. Maybe saying a few things on the technical side for you folks that are waiting in line, getting ready to go in the staging area as that happens. So it should be a whole lot of fun. Thanks, Kurt. Maybe this is why we don't talk in sound bites, my friend. But yeah, all could be good. So anything that you attend, any learning event you attend, any networking event that you attend, it can be a little bit of both. It all depends on how you look at things. Look at things in a positive light. Good things will happen. That I can tell you. You just got to keep your eyes open to that one and make it work. All right. That about does it for me. That's right, Kurt. It's all about that microphone. That is a beautiful thing. It's got me in good places, got me in some interesting places, but damn it, it's been a fun learning experience as we continue on, and we will continue on. So you should too. Speak well, speak often, and live inspired. There we go. Be good. All right, let's get a little music going here, a little rock music. Boom. Turn the sound up because I turned that off before.